Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Alex LaBrunerie. Alex is regular guest here, but Alex is the president of LaBrunerie Financial. How are you, Alex?
Wonderful. Good morning. Thank you.
It's
great to be here.
It's good to have you back. So, Alex, let's jump right in. How's our stock market doing right now?
It's astounding and amazing that with what is happening in the Persian Gulf with the war has not affected the stock market in our country. We're at record highs or near record highs, and had something like this war broke out 20 years ago, that may not have been the case. But I think it's testimony to what's driving the American economy right now is our love and infatuation with artificial intelligence stocks.
Really? AI stocks.
Yeah, AI stocks are unstoppable at this moment.
And obviously there's no way to predict.
No way, no.
Whether that will continue, but right now.
Only through hindsight.
Yes.
You can predict through hindsight.
Yes, you can look back. Okay, so AI stocks are what's keeping our stock market.
Yeah. So that's companies like NVIDIA, which is a very probably the most popular semiconductor chip maker. So Intel used to be popular decades ago, but NVIDIA has eclipsed. And these makers of semiconductors are probably as important or more important than oil is for the economy, because we can't run our digital world or our electronic world without these semiconductors.
Yeah.
So NVIDIA makes those, and people are buying the most powerful versions of them for years to come. Governments, big business. Retail investors like ourselves or normal people in Missouri are not quite buying the super $50,000 plus semiconductors.
No, probably not.
There's an interesting kind of numbers game on NVIDIA's stock market capitalization, AC, is $5 trillion.
Trillion with a T. Okay.
T, trillion. We're going to have to get used to saying that.
Yeah.
So that $5 trillion is about the size of the German economy. So one American company is valued at on paper, it's not an apples to apples comparison. The stock market of Germany is $3 trillion.
Wow.
So there's 42,000 employees at NVIDIA employees currently. That would mean each one of them is worth $120 million if you were to think of it that way. I don't know if worth is the right way, but
yeah.
But that puts Major League Baseball player salaries in comparison.
It does. That is quite an interesting fact. And so our stock market right now is up.
Yes.
And I'm sure investors are happy.
They're happy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Investors are happy. And okay, give us an update, because last time you were here, you mentioned the new 530A accounts. Yes,
there's been some updates, some clarity. So this is something that Congress passed last summer with their tax bill. And it's that from babies born from 2025 through 2028 are eligible for these 530A accounts. So what these 530A accounts qualify for is a $1,000 donation from the U.S. Treasury. So parents of newborns or grandparents ought to register. And what's happened since we last mentioned this on your program is that they've now gotten a better website, they meaning the Treasury. Mm-hmm. They've picked their investment managers, and they've created the rules a little better with more clarity. And what the rules are is the government pays $1,000 to the baby's account. Then family members can add up to $5,000, or businesses. Some businesses big businesses are starting to use it as a bonus or a savings plan. And then the money grows tax deferred and can be used for most anything when the child's 21.
Wow. Yeah, I would say take advantage of that for sure.
With this being graduation season in our town.
Yes.
Our big business is diplomas.
It is.
And so graduation's a big deal for Columbia. That's a good way to get started with these youngsters.
Yeah, a great way to get started. And obviously, you've got your 529s.
529s, yes. And this is different.
This is different
Good
than
point.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
excellent point. This is totally different. The 530A, no one's seen it happen yet, and we're from the Show Me State. It's
Yes.
supposed to happen on July 4th, our country's 250th birthday.
Okay.
So
Well, we'll be looking for them.
Yeah, so it's easier to register now.
Okay. Easier to register for those 530A accounts. And if you have a newborn, register. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get $1,000.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? For sure. Okay. So how about, let's talk a little bit about IRAs and Roths.
IRA. So these accounts are tax deferred or tax advantaged. There are a couple of others that we ought to check out in our health savings accounts. Many people use these they're called triple advantage tax accounts because you get deduction often for adding to them. You get to use the money for a medical without paying tax on it. And if they're through an employer like the university, you don't have to pay FICA taxes on it. So it's more of a pure dollar for dollar match.
Okay.
And then if you don't use your balance, the gross tax free, like a Roth.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a quiet account out there that a lot of people use, but they're probably underused. A lot of people could use them.
Yeah, I was going to say probably underutilized.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have an employer some employers will put money into one, but you can also add to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you can. And they're very nice, big and to use.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just learned something, and now I feel like we need to be contributing to the HSA as opposed to just using what the employer puts in.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I don't think I realized that it grew
Tax-free. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. That's good. Well, Alex, it's always good to talk to you.
It's great to talk to you.
And people can find you at LaBrunerie.com.
Yes.
Online. You're right here in town.
Right here in
Have
town.
been here for lots of years.
This is our 60th anniversary.
60 years.
Yes.
60th. Well, you haven't been there the whole time, but
No, I haven't.
Somebody's been there the whole time with your name. Alex, always good to see you, and we will see you when you're back here soon.
Yes. Happy graduation, everyone.
Thank you.